At this moment, we are going to be deploying our secondary domain controller. So we've already installed our primary domain controller. You can see that's the LONDC01. You can see it belongs to this part of this domain, kelvglobal.com. And right now we want to install our DC02, which is going to be our secondary domain controller. So if I so what you need to do is so you're going to add the roles and future, and then we're going to click next, select next, and then I'm going to also select next from the server pool. And here we want to add select Active Directory domain service, and also want to also select DNS because this is also going to be our secondary DNS server. So we're just going to click next and then next for now, and next and then install. So just like the way we did for our primary domain controller, so I'm going to come back again when this installation is complete. By then, we are going to promote our server to become part of our domain. So right now, we are going to promote this server to be a domain controller. So what you need to do is to click the promote this server to a domain controller. And then here we're going to say add a domain controller to an existing domain. So what you want to do is the following. You can actually enter the domain name here, but what I would do is I'm going to click change. And here I'm going to enter kelvin.johnson at kelvglobal.com, and then enter your password and then hit OK. So you can see automatically the domain is being selected, and now we are going to click next. So by clicking next, you can see this is going to be it's also going to be our DNS server. It's also going to be working as our global catalog, which is going to be our secondary global catalog. But we can also make this a read-only domain controller, which of course we don't want to do that right now. So I'm going to enter the password and then enter the password again. And here we're going to say next, then click next. It says it's going to replicate from any domain controller, or we can actually select the LONDC01, which is our first domain controller. So when you have different domain, for example, some companies have like multiple domain controllers, you can always select this any domain controller. But I'm going to select this domain because that is the only domain we have. So I'm going to click next. And here you can see our database folder, log file folder. This can also be placed in a different network share, but I'm going to leave it here the way it is for this training purpose. So let's just click next. And we can also view the script, which can also be used for a new deployment. So I'm going to click next to check if everything is okay. And then we can now click install. So by clicking install, this is going to take some minutes. So please let's just go and grab a coffee and then come back again to see if our installation was complete. Here you can see that our device is getting restarted. So it's going to restart then for us to log in again as a member of the domain Kelv Global domain. Okay, let's try to log in. I'm going to just try to log in. Here you can see I'm logging onto this device as a member of the Kelv Global domain, and enter your right password, and let's go and see Active Directory users and computers. If there are any replication, which of course there should be a replication between your server and the domain controller, because everything is going to be replicated. It's going to be exact copy of our primary domain controller. Here we go. So if I go to tools, and here you can see we also have Active Directory where our users have computers, we have our DNS. So let's start with Active Directory users and computers. So there we should see our users we created in our primary domain controller. So if I go to here you can see we have our Kelv Global, we have the organizational unit, you can see we have our Kelvin. If I go back again here, you can see we also have the exact copy of what we did. You can see our computers. And also, if I go back here also, you should be able to see our domain controllers. And also, if I should go to my DNS, let's go and see our DNS. Here we have our forward lookup zone, and here you can see we have our second server that have just been added. And also, we should also have the NS, the name server. You can see we have our second server. So if I go to my domain controller and I just let me close this and go to the DNS from the primary server, here we have the same. So we have our first server. We should also, let me just do a reload. So it's going to take some time. We also need to make sure that we are getting all the required info from the other server as well. So because at this moment, we are not seeing the second server, which is not available, but we are seeing it. If you go here, you can see we are seeing our first and second, and also we are not seeing all the required information. Let me see, we have it there. So if let me just go to properties and see name server. Okay, here we can see our name server. You can see our secondary server as well. The zone transfer, it says allow. Let me see. Can I say allow to any server? Let me just click OK and then go back again to our server here and then do some refresh to see if we're going to get it exactly. Here we go. You can see right now it just appeared. And also here I'm going to do reload, do yes, to do some refresh. So this is going to take some time actually for it to appear here. And definitely we're going to see our server there, just where we see for this Antwerpen DC02. So this is how you promote your server to become part of a domain of an existing domain controller. And next, we are going to be seeing how to actually we're going to be creating users and group. And first of all, we're going to be adding our client to be part of our domain controller. And then we are going to be also creating groups and organizational units and also managing Active Directory users and computers.